She swore her life to God. But one night, she chose love instead. And for that choice, the church made sure she would never forget it. Imagine a world where your future is chosen before you're old enough to understand what love is, where silence is sacred, where obedience is survival. This is medieval Europe, and this is the story they tried to erase. A young woman enters a convent, believing holiness will save her soul, but instead, it becomes her prison. Because behind stone walls and locked gates, something forbidden begins to grow. A glance, a whispered word, a love that should never exist. And when the church discovers the truth, mercy is not what follows. This is the true tragedy of a nun who chose love over God and paid a terrifying price. Before she was called Sister Agnes, she had another name. She was born to a modest family in the late 13th century. Not poor, but not powerful enough to protect her. In medieval Europe, daughters were currency, married off or given to God. Her parents believed they were saving her. A convent meant food, safety, honor, but no one asked what she wanted. At 13, her hair was cut, her clothes replaced with rough wool, her name erased. The convent gates closed behind her, and they would not open again. At first, she tried to believe. She prayed harder than anyone. She memorized scripture. She obeyed every rule. But faith learned through fear leaves cracks. And in those cracks, something dangerous grows. Life inside the convent was quiet, painfully quiet. Silence during meals. Silence during work. Silence even in grief. Days blurred together. Prayers at dawn. Manual labor. Cold stone floors. The church taught that desire was sin. That love weakened women. That obedience brought salvation. Yet, the human heart does not obey rules. She felt it first during confession. A visiting priest, young, educated, gentle. Unlike the others, he listened, not to her sins, but to her voice. Their conversations grew longer. Their eyes lingered. Nothing happened. Not yet. But temptation does not announce itself. It waits. Love does not arrive loudly. It arrives quietly, like a footstep in the dark. They spoke after prayers, then during chores, then through notes hidden in psalms. Each word felt dangerous. Each smile, a risk. She told herself it was spiritual closeness. He told himself the same lie. Until one night, they touched hands. That single moment shattered everything she had been taught. Love felt warm, human, real, and for the first time, God felt distant. Their love became a secret written in fear. Meetings at night, whispers in corridors, kisses stolen where saints once watched. Every step could mean death, or worse. Because the church did not see love as weakness. It saw it as rebellion. She knew the punishment. Public humiliation, imprisonment, sometimes burial alive. Still, she chose him. And when she realized she was pregnant, the world collapsed. Secrets always leave traces. A sister noticed her sickness. Another saw her slipping away at night. The accusation came suddenly, dragged before the abbess. Her body exposed. Her sin declared. The priest denied everything. She did not. And in that moment, she realized the truth. Love was her crime, and she would suffer alone. The punishment was swift. Her head shaved. Her habit torn. Her name erased again. She was imprisoned in a cell so small she could not lie down. The child was taken. Its fate unknown. Some say it was sent away. Others whisper it was buried beneath the convent stones. No record remains. History does not preserve the screams of women. She lived, but not as herself. Years passed. She was released only to serve in silence. No prayers spoken in her name. No forgiveness granted. And the priest? Transferred. Protected. Forgotten. Because history is often written by those in power. This is not just her story. It is the story of countless women whose choices were punished as sins, whose love was treated as betrayal, whose voices were erased. She chose love over God. Or perhaps she chose humanity over fear. And the price she paid reminds us how dangerous love can be. In a world built on control. If you had been born in her time, what would you have chosen? Faith or love? If this story moved you, let me know in the comments. These forgotten lives deserve to be remembered. And if you want more hidden stories history tried to bury, subscribe. Because some truths refuse to stay silent.